Hey ladies, this is Erica Johnston and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 different new ways, yes, new, that you can look more youthful with your gray hair. So keep watching. So I've done a couple other looking youthful videos and I have to tell you, they are a hit with you ladies. So I decided to do another one because, hey, we all want to look more youthful. Do I mean younger? No. I don't necessarily want to look younger than my age, although I have to say, I don't mind if somebody thinks that I look younger. It's very flattering, but it's not the goal, right? The goal is to just sort of take what we have and work with it and try to present, the best version of ourselves that we can. We don't need to try to be somebody else. We're all in different, phases and stages of our lives. I know that, the way I look now in my 40s is not going to be the same as when I'm in my 60s and so on. All right, so with that being said, let's start with our first way to look more youthful. All right, so for any of you who have taken dance lesson, like I took jazz dancing for a while in my 20s, and I remember always, hearing eyes and teeth, sparkle, sparkle, jazz hands and all this. And there is something to be said about eyes and teeth, right? It's kind of like the first thing that people see when they look at you. And you want to have nice, bright eyes and teeth. So for myself, I've got naturally white eyes, but every so often, and it's usually when I've had like an extra glass of wine, my eyes can look, a little reddish in the morning. So I'll just use Visine eye drops once in a while just to kind of brighten things up a little bit. I use those sparingly, so don't worry, it's not like an everyday thing. For my teeth, I use Crest Glamorous White, that's what I use. And I find though that I have to be a little bit careful because if I use whitening toothpaste too much, then my teeth do start to get a little bit sensitive. So I don't know, about probably 5 years ago or so, I went to the dentist and I saw this advertisement on the desk and it was for teeth whitening service that you could have your dentist do. The model in the picture had brilliant white teeth. And I wanted that. I thought, oh, my teeth are yellow and sort of yellow and I want to get that. And they even said to me, they're like, what are you talking about? Your teeth are white. You don't need to do this. And I can't believe they said that. But I thought, no, I want to do it. So I got into the chair at the dentist and they put some sort of, I don't know, cream or gel or something like that on my teeth. And then they proceeded in putting this bright light, I don't know what it is, like an ultraviolet light. I have no idea. But anyways, they put this bright light on me. And I'm telling you, no more than like 30 seconds into this procedure, it was the most shocking pain I've ever experienced in my life. Like it was right up into the nerves, into the roots. It was just, oh. So I had them stop it and they were like, it's okay. It's not going to affect you long term. Some people have that or are sensitive or whatever. And then they started it up again and I'm like, we're done. I cannot do this. So then I just started using like Crest white strips a little bit here and there. But again, like I can't even use those anymore. If they touched the top of like just a little bit of my gum, I would feel that like zinging pain. So I just use the toothpaste, the whitening toothpaste, and that seems to do the trick. Do I have like brilliant white teeth? I don't know. You be the judge. I'm wearing a white shirt, so I don't know. But I find red lipstick actually can be pretty good, right? It can make your teeth look a little bit brighter. So that's something you might want to think about too, is the color of your lipstick. Does it enhance your teeth or not? Anyways, enough about teeth, but it does make a difference and it's very, very youthful. So remember back in the past, before all of these teeth whitening solutions that we had, a lot of people had more like yellowing teeth. So just something, food for thought. Number 2 is your posture. I am terrible with this. And even as I'm filming this, I'm realizing I probably should have put my camera up just a little bit because I am hunching a tiny bit down to talk to you. But I really have to make a concerted effort to check my posture. And at 5'11", very, very tall, I always was hunching down to talk to people, right? And then same thing being a teacher, kindergarten teacher, leaning over and talking to the little kids, I find that my posture is not always the best. So that's definitely something that can be very, very youthful, you know, to stand up straight instead of, you know, the frail little old lady that's walking down the street hunched over, which is not as youthful looking. So number 3 is age spots. And I hate this. I don't even honestly like talking about this. I'm scared. Like, I'm afraid that some of you will be like, oh, how dare you? It's a natural part of aging. And, you know, and so on. But it can be aging, right? So I'm just being like honest right now. I actually was a sun worshiper when I was younger, and I really damaged my skin quite a bit, especially, you know, my chest and my face. And so I ended up having intense pulse laser on my face and my chest, and I felt so much better. I feel like it took off years, and I just feel more like myself. So I am a very, very naturally freckly person. I've got a lot of freckles, and that's not what I'm talking about. So I'm not saying, you know, remove all the freckles off of your face or anything like that. But what I'm talking about is like the big, you know, huge sunspots. Those ones are kind of nice to remove. I actually had one here on my neck, and it started turning black when I was pregnant with my second son, with Everett. And I was a little bit worried about it, right? I thought, oh gosh, like, is it, you know, melanoma or something? And I went into the dermatologist, and she ended up spraying it with some sort of spray, and then it crusted and it came off. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, it looks so nice without it. And she told me about IPL to get rid of, you know, the other big sun damage that I had. So that's something, the same thing, you know, with our hands, right? They say that you can tell, you know, a woman's age, maybe not so much even by her hair color or anything like that, but you can kind of tell it by like her neck and her chest and her hands. So, you know, down the road, I don't know how my hands are going to look, but I'm already starting to get some sunspots and whatnot on my hands. So I think that that's probably something that I might do down the road, you know, get rid of that. But I know it sounds really vain, and, you know, I hope I'm not coming across that way. But it is nice to feel outwardly, you know, the way you do inside, right? So anyways, that's just another option. All right, number 4 is some sort of, I talked about exercise last time, but yoga specifically. So this is kind of, you know, one of those mind, body, soul things, right? And yoga is amazing for lengthening your muscles, stretching yourself out, making you feel good, being in touch with yourself. And when you feel good on the inside, then you look good on the outside. So if you haven't tried yoga, I highly recommend it. I really enjoy it. And I really miss doing my hot yoga at a yoga studio close by. I really miss that. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of get back into that at some point. Number 5 is to spend time with youth. If you've got grandchildren and you spend time with them, you just naturally feel more youthful, right? And more connected with youth. That's one thing I have to say about teaching, is that, and having children obviously as well, is that I still have this like in with the youth, right? And it's been really nice. And the same thing when I went back to university in my 30s, you know, suddenly I was hanging out, not really, but you know what I mean? I was around, you know, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, and then of course like older as well. And you just keep up with what's happening in the world, right? Like, keep up with the millennials, keep up with the little kids and the shows that they watch and all that kind of stuff. It just makes you feel more youthful. And that brings me to number 6, is to sleep. Sleep is underrated sometimes. The difference between a good night's rest and a bad sleep is huge. When I don't get enough sleep, it really, really shows, especially in my eyes. That's where I really see it. So, you know, getting enough sleep, it just makes me feel better. I'm actually trying to wake up at the same time every day. And my friend, she asked me to join her on this meditation app called 10% Happier. And it's a summer challenge. It's a 21-day summer challenge. And one of the things that I learned on this meditation journey is you know, about sleep, and waking up at the same time every day is really important. I didn't realize just how important it is. So when I started doing that, because I found, like, especially with COVID and everything, I was like, I don't know, sleeping in and getting out of bed late, and then I just felt groggy all day long. So right now I've been trying to wake up around like 7:30 or 7, and that really seems to make a difference for me. So try that. And that brings me to number 7. Smile. So yes, I'm a big smiler, and I think that is like such a youthful thing to do. You know, it just means that you have like this zest for life, you know, you're happy, and that's all that people can see when you smile. So if in doubt, you're feeling bad about your gray hair, just put on a smile. Put on your red lipstick and smile. So that's it for today. Let me know in the comment section below any strategy that you use that I haven't mentioned about looking youthful, and I'll be sure to add it to another video. Thank you to those of you who helped me with these awesome suggestions for this video. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and until next week, bye for now. And then this one is 7 ways to look more, to go gray. 7 ways to go gray. I played sports in school. Anyways, I digress. So, no. Oh my God, talking so much. Oh my gosh, I like totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, eyes and teeth, eyes and teeth. Like the model that was in the picture had brilliant. All right, so why is this sleeve? The sleeve keeps coming down. Would you consider this a sleeve? I don't know.